In the 1960s and 70s, New York City was undergoing a radical transformation of the arts landscape, setting the legacies of many artists that we still know and talk about today. Artists like Andy Warhol, Jasper Johns, and Robert Mapplethorpe were all making their mark on the city and on art history. But there's one artist who has faded into the background of time, even though their influence has been felt in every corner of the city. That artist was Vivian Browne. Vivian Browne was born in Laurel, Florida in 1929, but soon moved to New York City, where she would spend the majority of her life. She would work as a public school teacher, an artistic supervisor to the New York Board of Education, and a professor at Rutgers University, all while establishing herself as an important voice in New York's artistic community. In parallel with her artistic career, Browne was a prolific activist in the 1960s. She helped form the Black Emergency Cultural Coalition, which advocated for equal representation in New York's art institutions. And she's famous for once standing outside the museum with a megaphone, shouting the names of Black female artists who were notably missing from the museum's collection. So why don't we learn her name alongside other changemakers? Well, in part because Vivian Browne deeply resisted being labeled as what she called an issue-oriented painter. Browne instead asserted that her art was a place for her own introspection and expression, a vehicle to explore, but also to transcend the world around us. Browne asserted that all of her work was Black art, but also that she wanted to be freed from the overbearing expectations of the art industry. Browne explains, during the Civil Rights era, one had to paint Black themes, Black people, Black ideas. I didn't. I was painting my kind of protest. Her fight for equality was deeply informed by her experience teaching in a segregated high school in the South, and by her travels in Europe, where she first felt a sense of freedom from the racial prejudice of the United States. In a 1968 interview, she recalled that early trip.
And I found that in Europe, you are not a Negro, you're a person. And that was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. I want to come home.
Back in New York, she became a key figure in the fight for equal representation in the city's major art institutions, often taking her protests directly to the streets. Phillips' exhibition co-curator, Adrienne L. Childs, says,
as a woman of color, as a Black woman, the fact that you're going to dare to paint landscapes, dare to paint the toxicity of white bureaucratic men, dare to deal with abstraction, that is a protest. That's her own kind of protest.
Vivian Browne passed away in 1993 at the age of 64, but she left a legacy of unapologetic self-expression and fearless activism that should make her a seminal figure of this iconic moment in art history. Perhaps she said it best. In the final analysis, my paintings are about me, my dreams, my world, my way of transforming what I see and think and feel.